Good morning children, welcome to the Shivaji Group of Institution online classes. Kids, I am your Hindi teacher. Today I am going to take Hindi language class. बच्चों, पिछली कक्षा में मैंने आपको हिंदी में पाठ 3 शब्द विचार के विषय में पढ़ाया था। तो आज मैं आपको उसी पाठ की अभ्यास कार्य कराने जा रही हूँ। तो चलिए हम लोग अभ्यास कार्य करना शुरू करते हैं। पेज संख्या 15 खोलेंगे। वैकल्पिक अभ्यास संख्या 2, सही विकल्प चुनकर सही का निशान लगाइए। अभ्यास संख्या 2 क्या है? सही विकल्प चुनकर सही का निशान लगाइए। अब हम लोग इसको पहले बुक में करना शुरू करते हैं। का है भाषा का मूल आधार। तो इसके ऑप्शन है, ऑप्शन 1 शब्द होते हैं, ऑप्शन 2 वाक्य होते हैं, ऑप्शन 3 दोनों होते हैं। तो इसमें कौन सा ऑप्शन सही है? ऑप्शन 1 शब्द होते हैं। भाषा का मूल आधार शब्द होते हैं। ख नंबर पर आते हैं, अर्थ के आधार पर शब्द के। मैंने आपको पहले भी पाठ में पढ़ाया था कि अर्थ के आधार पर शब्द के 2 भेद होते हैं, सार्थक शब्द, निरर्थक शब्द। इसमें ऑप्शन दिए हैं, ऑप्शन 1 2 भेद है, ऑप्शन 2 4 भेद है, ऑप्शन 3 भेद है। तो उसमें आपको कौन सा ऑप्शन सही है? ऑप्शन 1 2 भेद हैं। ग है लिंग वचन काल कारक से जिन शब्दों के रूप में परिवर्तन नहीं होता है उन्हें, इसके ऑप्शन है 1 विकारी शब्द कहते हैं, ऑप्शन 2 सार्थक शब्द कहते हैं, ऑप्शन 3 अविकारी शब्द कहते हैं। तो इसमें कौन सा ऑप्शन सही होगा? ऑप्शन 3 अविकारी शब्द कहते हैं। लिंग वचन काल कारक से जिन शब्दों के रूप में परिवर्तन नहीं होता है उन्हें अविकारी शब्द कहते हैं। घ नंबर पर आते हैं, अविकारी शब्दों को मैंने आपको पढ़ाया है, अविकारी शब्दों को अव्यय भी कहते हैं। तो इसमें ऑप्शन है 1 सर्वनाम भी कहते हैं, ऑप्शन 2 क्रिया भी कहते हैं, ऑप्शन 3 अव्यय भी कहते हैं। तो इसका ऑप्शन कौन सा सही होगा? ऑप्शन 3 अव्यय भी कहते हैं। अविकारी शब्दों को अव्यय भी कहते हैं। अब आते हैं हम लोग अभ्यास संख्या 3 पर। दिए गए शब्दों से रिक्त स्थान भरिए। अभ्यास संख्या 3 क्या है? दिए गए शब्दों से रिक्त स्थान भरिए। इसमें कुछ शब्द दिए हैं, इन्हीं शब्दों से छांटकर हमें रिक्त स्थान पूरे करने हैं। तो का है लड़की, खाली जगह शब्द है। तो ऑप्शन है वाक्य, निरर्थक, सार्थक, 2 विकारी। तो इसमें क्या आएगा बच्चों? लड़की विकारी शब्द है। लड़की विकारी शब्द है। खा है शब्दों की सहायता से खाली जगह की रचना होती है। शब्दों की सहायता से मैंने आपको बताया कि था शब्द से मिलकर क्या बनता है? वाक्य। शब्द से मिलकर क्या बनता है? वाक्य। तो शब्दों की सहायता से किसकी रचना होती है? वाक्य की। शब्दों की सहायता से वाक्य की रचना होती है। ग नंबर पर आते हैं, प्रयोग के आधार पर शब्द के। प्रयोग के आधार पर शब्द के कितने भेद होते हैं बच्चों? प्रयोग के आधार पर शब्द के 2 भेद होते हैं। तो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? इसमें ऑप्शन दिया है 2। घ है खाली जगह शब्दों पर व्याकरण में विचार नहीं करते हैं। तो इसमें कौन सा ऑप्शन आएगा सही? निरर्थक। क्योंकि आपको पता है निरर्थक शब्दों पर व्याकरण में विचार नहीं किया जाता। तो यहां पर क्या आएगा? निरर्थक। अंगा नंबर पर आते हैं, अर्थ की दृष्टि से शब्द के 2 भेद हैं। एक भेद आपको दिया है, दूसरा क्या हो जाएगा फिर? जी सार्थक। क्या हो जाएगा? सार्थक। अर्थ की दृष्टि से शब्द के 2 भेद हैं, सार्थक और निरर्थक। सार्थक और निरर्थक। एक बार और देख लेते हैं। खाली जगह का लड़की, खाली जगह पर हमने विकारी फिल किया है, विकारी शब्द है। खा है शब्दों की सहायता से खाली जगह पे क्या लिखेंगे? वाक्य की रचना होती है। गा है प्रयोग के आधार पर शब्द के खाली जगह पर क्या लिखेंगे? 2 भेद हैं। घा है खाली जगह और हमने क्या लिखा है, निरर्थक। निरर्थक शब्दों पर व्याकरण में विचार नहीं करते हैं। अंगा है, अर्थ की दृष्टि से शब्द के दो भेद हैं, सार्थक और निरर्थक। खाली जगह पर क्या लिखेंगे, सार्थक। तो आपका रिक्त स्थान मैंने करा दिया है। आगे की एक्सरसाइज कराना शुरू करते हैं। अभ्यास संख्या 4 है, 5 सार्थक शब्द लिखकर उनसे वाक्य बनाने। तो आप कोई भी 5 सार्थक शब्द लिख सकते हैं और उनसे रिलेटेड वाक्य बना सकते हैं। तो चलिए हम लोग करते हैं। मैंने पहला लिया है आग, सार्थक शब्द है आग। अब इससे हम वाक्य क्या बनाएंगे, सर्दी में हम आग तापते हैं। सर्दी में हम आग तापते हैं। अब हम दूसरा वाक्य क्या लेंगे, सुबह। दूसरा वाक्य क्या लेंगे, शब्द सुबह। सुबह, अब इससे वाक्य बनाएंगे, सुबह सभी को सैर करनी चाहिए। मॉर्निंग वॉक बहुत अच्छी होती है ना, तो सुबह सभी को सैर करनी चाहिए। तीसरा शब्द लेते हैं दिन। तीसरा शब्द लेते हैं दिन। अब दिन से वाक्य बनाएंगे, दिन निकल आया। दिन निकल आया। चौथा शब्द लेंगे आंख। चौथा शब्द लेंगे आंख। अब आंख से वाक्य बनाएंगे, हमारे पास हमारी 2 आंखें हैं। हमारे पास 2 आंखें हैं। हमारे पास 2 आंखें हैं। अब लेंगे आखिरी शब्द है बाग। आखिरी शब्द है बाग। हम शाम को बाग में टहलने जाते हैं, या हम शाम को बाग में खेलते हैं। हम शाम को बाग में खेलते हैं। तो एक बार फिर से देखते हैं। सार्थक शब्द पहला है आग, उसका वाक्य है सर्दी में हम आग तापते हैं। दूसरा है सुबह, सुबह सभी को सैर करनी चाहिए। सुबह से वाक्य बनाया है, सुबह सभी को सैर करनी चाहिए। तीसरा है सार्थक शब्द दिन, दिन निकल आया। चौथा सार्थक शब्द है आंख, हमारे पास 2 आंखें हैं। पांचवा है बाग, हम शाम को बाग में खेलते हैं। अब आते हैं अभ्यास संख्या 5 पर। रचनात्मक, निम्न शब्दों में से सार्थक शब्दों को श्याम पट पर लिखिए तथा निरर्थक शब्दों को कूड़ेदान में डालिए। तो बच्चों आप अपनी बुक खोलेंगे, पेज संख्या 16। अपनी बुक में देखेंगे कि 2 चित्र बने हुए हैं। एक तो श्याम पट का यानी कि ब्लैक बोर्ड का, दूसरा कूड़ेदान का यानी कि डस्टबिन का, और ऊपर कुछ शब्द दिए हुए हैं। तो चलिए हम लोग पढ़कर इसको करते हैं। अभ्यास संख्या 5 में निम्न शब्दों में से सार्थक शब्दों को श्याम पट पर लिखिए तथा निरर्थक शब्दों को कूड़ेदान में डालना है। तो शब्द पहले क्या है वो हम लोग पढ़ते हैं। क्या है शब्द, वो हम लोग निरर्थक शब्द है ठंडा, दूध, बोटी, दूध, कपड़े, वंडा, रोटी, भूत, भूत, वपड़े। शब्द दिए हुए हैं आपको, और आपको ब्लैक बोर्ड में क्या करना है, सार्थक शब्द लिखने, और डस्टबिन में यानी कूड़ेदान में क्या करना है, निरर्थक शब्द लिखने। चलिए करते हैं। सबसे पहला शब्द है ठंडा। तो ठंडा किसमें लिखेंगे हम लोग, ठंडा कैसा शब्द है, सार्थक या निरर्थक? ठंडा सार्थक शब्द है, तो किसमें लिखेंगे, जो आपकी बुक में ब्लैक बोर्ड बना हुआ है, श्याम पट बना हुआ है, उसमें लिखेंगे ठंडा। दूसरा है दूध। दूध कैसा शब्द है? सार्थक या निरर्थक? ये भी सार्थक शब्द है, तो इसको भी हम लोग लिखेंगे ब्लैक बोर्ड में, यानी कि आपके श्याम पट में। अब आते हैं तीसरे शब्द की तरफ। तीसरा शब्द क्या है? वोटी। वोटी कोई शब्द होता है? नहीं, वोटी तो निरर्थक शब्द है, तो ये किस में जाएगा? कूड़ेदान में, यानी कि डस्टबिन में। अगले शब्द है बूंद। बूंद कैसा शब्द है? सार्थक या निरर्थक? निरर्थक, क्योंकि इसका कोई मतलब नहीं होता, तो ये किस में लिखेंगे हम लोग? निरर्थक शब्द में। इसके बाद है कपड़े। कपड़े कैसा शब्द है? सार्थक या निरर्थक? सार्थक। कपड़े का मतलब होता है, तो इसको किस में लिखेंगे हम लोग? ब्लैक बोर्ड में, यानी कि श्याम पट पर। वंडा। वंडा कैसा शब्द है? निरर्थक शब्द है, इसका कोई मतलब नहीं होता, तो ये किस में जाएगा? कूड़ेदान में, यानी कि डस्टबिन में। अगला शब्द है रोटी। रोटी कैसा शब्द है? सार्थक या निरर्थक? ये सार्थक शब्द है, तो ये किसमें लिखेंगे? ब्लैक बोर्ड में, यानी कि श्याम पट पर। इसके बाद है दूसरा शब्द भूत। भूत कैसा? सार्थक या निरर्थक? इसका कोई मतलब होता है? नहीं, तो इसको किसमें लिखेंगे? निरर्थक शब्द के नीचे, यानी कि कूड़ेदान में, यानी कि डस्टबिन में। अगला शब्द है भूत। भूत सार्थक या निरर्थक? सार्थक, तो इसको किसमें लिखेंगे? ब्लैक बोर्ड में, यानी कि श्याम पट में। आखिरी शब्द है वपड़े। वपड़े सार्थक है या निरर्थक? ये निरर्थक शब्द है, इसका कोई अर्थ नहीं होता, तो इसको किसमें लिखेंगे? डस्टबिन में, कूड़ेदान में। तो बच्चों, आज मैंने आपको हिंदी में पाठ 3 के सभी अभ्यास कार्य पूरे करा दिए हैं। अगला कार्य अगली कक्षा में। थैंक यू। हैव अ नाइस डे।
A very good morning to the students and everyone those who are watching this video. I am your teacher from Shiva Group of Institutions. We are welcome you all in the online classes. Student, this is your second period and I am going to continue the third chapter of your English language, that is nouns, singular and singular and plural. As we know that in the previous video we have studied about what are nouns. So let me recall orally that what is noun. It is defined as the name of person, place or thing. Person, name of any boy or girl comes under person, and name of any place means any city, any country name. New Delhi, Agra, etc. come under places, and the accessories means all around you the items that are chalk, table, bottle, chair, TV, etc. comes under things. Okay, so yesterday in the previous video we have talked about singular and plural. Singular. When we talk about one noun, which is called singular. Okay? And when we talk about more than one noun, it is called plural. More than one noun, it is called plural. Okay, so examples of singular are apple, joy, boy, etc. And examples of plural are cars, toys, etc. Have you understood the singular and plural? And yesterday I have given one more thing that you have to do the definition of noun singular and plural in your notebook. I hope you have completed your work in your notebook. So students, open your book at page number 12. Here, the formation of plurals. Formation of plurals. Formation of plurals. First one. Most singular noun. Most singular nouns form the plural by adding s. As I told you that you have to complete the definition up to singular and plural in the previous video. Now you have to do the formation of plurals in your notebook too. So put the heading formation of plurals in your notebook after completing definition. Then first point, most singular nouns form the plural by adding yes. So examples, you have to do it the same way, just the way I am writing the board, okay? Apple. The plural of apple is apples. Okay? Second one, novel. Plural of novel, novels. Third, ball. And the plural of ball is balls. Okay? Look at your book. Most singular nouns form the plural by adding s. Example, apple, apples, ball, balls, novel, novels. Okay? And the second statement is a singular noun ending in s, x, z, ch, sh, o forms plural by adding es. So look at your book. A singular noun ending in s, x, z, ch, sh, o forms plural by adding es. Like buffalo. It ends with word o, letter o. So the plural of buffalo, buffaloes. And the next is box. So the plural of box is boxes. Okay. Next example, bus. So the plural of buses. Okay, look at your book. A singular noun ending in s, z, z, x, ch, sh, o forms plural by adding es. And the third statement is a singular noun ending in a consonant plus y makes plural by dropping the y and adding ies. Note down third statement. A singular noun ending with consonant plus y makes plural by dropping y and joining ies. Okay, and some examples for this statements are: a singular noun ending in a consonant plus y makes plural by dropping y and joining ies. Just like copy. Look at the word copy. Consonant ending with y. So the plural for copy are: copy is copies. Dropping y and joining ies. Okay. Second, lady. L-A-G-Y. Here is also consonant ending with y. So it converted into ladies. I-E-S. Okay. So the fourth statement is, look at your book. A singular noun ending in a vowel plus y makes plural by adding s. A singular noun ending in a vowel plus y makes plural by adding s. Makes plural by adding s. Okay. Here are the examples for this statement. B-O-Y. Vowel ending with y. So the plural for boy is boys. Just like toy. Vowel ending with y. So the vowel for toy is toys. So students, we will end up the formation of plurals here today, and rest of the formation and exercise, formation of plurals and exercise we will continue in next video. So write down your homework. Complete your notes of chapter 30. So students, that's all for today and have a great day. Thank you so much.
Good morning students, this is your history teacher from Shivaji Group of Institutions. I welcome you all in the online classes. So students, this is your 5th period of history of class 3rd. So before start today's class, let's recall what we have learned in the last class. In the last class, we started the written work of chapter 3. Chapter name is Our Neighbors, and in that class, we have done 2 exercises. Those are hard words and missing letters. So today, we will do the next exercise of this chapter. So for that, students, take out your notebook, open a fresh page after missing letters. And students, one more thing, don't mention lesson number or lesson name because it's not a new chapter. We are continuing our previous chapter. So just mention the heading of our next exercise, that is short answers. Short answers. So, question number 1 is, which planet is nearest to the sun? Which planet is nearest to the sun? And the answer is, so as we have read in the chapter that there are 8 planets, and among all the planets, the first planet is Mercury. That's why Mercury is the nearest planet to the sun. Mercury is the nearest planet to the sun. Which planet is nearest to the sun? Mercury is the nearest planet to the sun. Question 2 is, name 2 constellations. Name 2 constellations. Name 2 constellations. So what are constellations? As we have read in the chapter that in the night sky, the group of stars and many heavenly bodies which makes patterns in the night sky, they are called constellation. In short, we can say the group of stars in the night sky are called constellations. So here you have to write the name of the 2 constellations. So as we have read in the chapter that Leo, Ursa Major, which is known as Great Bear, or Orion are the some constellations. So here we have to write only the 2 constellations, and the answer is 2 constellations are 2 constellations are Leo and Orion. O-R-I-O-N. Question 3 is, what is at the center? What is at the center of the solar system? Of the solar system. What is at the center of the solar system? And the answer is, so as we have read in the chapter that in the solar system, sun is at the center of the solar system, and all planets and heavenly bodies and satellites revolve around the sun. So here we will write the sun is at the center of the solar system. The sun is at the center of the solar system. Question 4 is, known as the red planet. Which planet is known as the red planet? So as we have read in the chapter that planet Mars is known as the red planet. The answer is Mars is known as the red planet. Now I'm going to write number 5. For that I'm going to write this 2. Number 5 is which planet is known as the twin planet of the Earth? The answer is Venus planet is known as the twin planet of the Earth. So, what is the question? Which planet is known as the twin planet of Earth? As we have written in the chapter that Venus is the planet which is similar in shape and size with the planet Earth. That's why this is called the twin planet of the Earth. So, students, now I'm going to recall all. The first question was which planet is nearest to the Sun? And the answer is Mercury is the nearest planet to the Sun. Question 2 is name 2 constellations, and the answer is 2 constellations are Leo and Orion. Question 3 is what is at the center of the solar system, and the answer is the Sun is at the center of the solar system. Question 4 is which planet is known as red planet, and the answer is Mars is known as red planet. Question 5 is which planet is known as the twin planet of the Earth, and the answer is Venus planet is known as the twin planet of the Earth. So students, today we will do only this exercise. Students, this is very short answers. Very short answers. Today we will do only this exercise. We will do the rest of the exercises in the next class. So students, that's all for today. Now note down your today's homework. Learn missing letters of lesson 2, Earth, our home. This is your today's homework. So students, that's all for today. Thank you for attending this class. Now we will meet in our next class.
Hello, good morning students. I welcome you all in our online classes. I am your maths teacher from Shivaji Gopal Institutions. So students, as you know that this is your 4th period, that is of maths. And so students, as you know that we have started our exercise, our chapter 2nd. So we are in chapter 2nd, and can you tell me the name of chapter 2nd? Yeah, so the name of chapter second is addition. So we will solve and we are solving addition problem in this chapter. So students, you have remember that we have finished exercise 2E in our studies class. So I hope so that you have done all the questions in your homework without any problem. So students, if you have done all the questions in your homework without any problem, I want to take a short video for reconfirming that really you don't have any doubt in that exercise. Okay? So how type of questions we had in our exercise 2E? Question was like suppose and these questions was in 100 and ones. So 4, 6, 3, 2 to 8. These type of questions you had in our studies class. So I told you that if student you want to solve these type of questions, so always you have to start from the right side with ones. So you can see in the ones position you have two numbers, the numbers 3 and 8. So how can you add these both numbers? Always you have to start from the right side with ones. In ones position you have 3 and 8. So if you will add 3 with the 8, you will get 11. 1 will be here, 1 will be going carry. 1 and 6, it will be 7. 7 and 2, it will be 9. Nothing left to go with carry. Now 4 and 2, it will be 6. Okay. See one more example here. If you want to add these numbers, so how can you add? I told you that always you have to start from the right side with ones. So in ones position you have two numbers 4 and 6. So how can you add these numbers? Start forward counting from 4 by 6 to 4 students, suppose that you have these type of questions. So how can you add? Let us start adding. Start from the ones. 6 and 5 it will be 11. 11 and 3 it will be 14. 4 will be here. 1 will be going carry. Come in tens. 1 and 3 it will be 4. 4 and 0 again 4. 4 and 4 it will be 8. Okay. Now come in 100 position. 2 and 1 and 2 it will be 3. 3 and 1 it will be 4. Okay. So students, I think that you don't have now in your exercise 2F. Let me understand one good example here. Suppose that you have this question to solve. So how can you solve this question? Always you will have to start from the right side with ones. Start with ones. 8 and 2 it will be 10. 10 and 2 it will be 12. 2 will be here. 1 will be going carry. 1 and 2 it will be 3. 3 and 3 it will be 6. 6 and 8 it will be 14. 4 will be here. 1 will be going carry. 1 and 6 it will be 7. 7 and 1 it will be 8. 8 and 1 it will be 9. So 942 is your answer. You can fill this answer in your book, right? So student, these type of questions you have in your exercise 2F. I don't think that you have any problem for any question in your exercise 2F. So students, I am going to give you homework on this exercise that you have to complete this exercise in your homework 2F, because you have all the questions like this. You can add the questions, okay? So complete exercise 2F on page number 28. So students, this is all about today. We will continue this chapter in our next class and complete your exercise 2F in your homework. And thank you to all for attending today's class. A very good morning to the students and everyone those who are watching this video. I am the teacher from Shiva Chikapov Institutions here. Welcome you all in the online classes. Students, this is your third period and I am going to continue your third chapter, that is birds. So students, in the previous video, we have talked about the feet and claws of the birds. So let's recall the feet and claws of the bird. First one, perching birds. Perching birds are the pigeon, sparrow, etc. are known as perching birds, and these they have feet like 2 toes at the front and 3 toes at the front and 1 at the back. This type of feet or claws are found in perching birds, means are found in pigeon, sparrow. Okay. Second one, flesh eating birds. Eagle, vulture are known as flesh eating birds. Eagle, vulture are known as flesh eating birds. They have curved and sharp claws like this. They have sharp and curved feet like this. And this curvedness and sharpness of their feet helps to tear the flesh. Okay. Third one, scratching birds. Hence are known as scratching birds. Hence are known as scratching birds. And they have feet like this. They have feet like this. To scratch or dig the ground to catch worms. Okay. Fourth one. Fourth one, climbing birds. Climbing birds such as woodpecker and parrots. These are feet like two toes in the front and two at the back. Okay, they help them to climb to the tree or trunk. Okay. Next one, wedding birds. Wedding birds. Cranes and herons are known as wedding birds. Cranes and herons are known as wedding birds. These have feet. They have feet like thick layer in the feet of outer surface so that they cover the large surface area to stand at the water bodies. Next one, swimming birds. Swimming bird. Duck and swans are known as swimming birds. They have feet like toes joined by a thin lining across each other. Okay. To cover the large surface area. Okay. Like the cranes have. So, this type of feet is known as webbed feet. So, students, let's turn your book at page number 40. Next through the air. The tail of a bird helps to change the direction. The tail helps to change the direction. Okay? And this bird shape helps to fly fast in the air. Okay? Next, also the bones of the bird are hollow. Bones are hollow. So, that keeps their body light. That's why birds' bodies are light in weight. Light in weight. Okay? They have strong flight muscles connected to their wings. They have strong flight muscles. Strong flight muscles. Okay? Have the bird to flap their wings upward and downwards. Move the wings to the downward or upward. Okay? So, the next one is upward and downward movement of the birds. Just like this is the upward movement of the wings. The upward movement of the wings called upstroke. Okay? The upward movement of the wings called upstroke and the downward movement of the wings the downward movement of wings called downstroke. Okay, here are the two movements of the wings of a bird. First one upstroke and second one downstroke. First one, the upward movement of the wings called upstroke and the downward movement of the wings called downstroke. Here the pictures of downstroke and upstroke is in your book at page number 40. So students, here is the homework. Write down your homework. Here the fill in the blanks with the correct words are related to the beaks and related to the explained topic. So you have to find the fill in the blanks. page number